Music is psychotic, antisocial freak. What? Careful.
There's something about the Joker. I didn't realize that the Joker was 75 years old. I mean, the story of the Joker. I didn't realize he had been written about for 75 years. And that there were so many different variations of the story and who he was and origin stories and all of that. So I learned a lot about it. I was lucky in that I had a pretty phenomenal partner. She's a pro, so I was really lucky to work with her. Incredibly kind, incredibly patient, which you have to be with the Joker in the room, and just really smart about her choices. If you want to have the possibility of doing something that you're really proud of. So that was clear. I mean, there wasn't anyone showing up and winging it. And David did set up a dynamic very early on and he was very vocal and clear about the fact that this was going to be a pretty intense undertaking.
I could tell you meant that.
I saw the Joker as a modern guy who lives in our world who has a lot in common with contemporary gangsters and is of that culture.
I can't wait. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Free. You're free, my man.
Beautiful.
Lamb chops.
One interesting thing that happened is we explored the purple suit a lot. It was to say it was just too much with all of the tattoos and the hair and everything. So we pared it right down, and really it was to give Jared room to let him play the character.
The thing about this Joker, it's more like the comic books. You do see like the more traditional look of the Joker. Really dark green hair, white skin. I love it because he's got the detail of metal teeth, because at some point someone knocked his teeth out.
Started to imagine designing the props right away. For instance, we were trying to come up with a concept for the Joker.
What?
He's a tactile person. He likes to have the most cutting-edge weaponry.
This looks neat.
The utensils that the Joker has, whether it's his handgun or his razor blade, has jewels or gold inlaid in it because he's that kind of guy.
The accoutrements certainly made an impact. Those little things, I think, help build the reality. When you dive into these worlds, your imagination is just lit on fire.
Come on, baby.
So during the process of figuring out the Joker and helping Jared create that character, I kind of had to say goodbye to Jared. There was a point where he went away and he was replaced slowly and surely by the Joker.
Are you kidding me? Some people just don't know when to die.
And it was a fascinating process to watch. Jared's this really nice guy. He's a good guy. There's a lot of depth to him. He's a very thoughtful person. The Joker is not someone you would say is a really good guy.
Oh, look at all you scary people.
And Jared's process of digging as deep as he did was one in which we wanted to support.
Once he was on the set, his voice changed and he only spoke as Mr. J. Conducted himself as Mr. J. You really couldn't connect with him unless you called him J, Mr. J, Joker. And, you know, it creates an interesting set dynamic when somebody does that.
Everybody gets to sit in the chair. Start with you.
I would go into his trailer and have a conversation with him, and I remember the first time that happened, I was pausing because I realized I was actually having a conversation with Mr. J and not necessarily Jared.
That's right. Welcome. Welcome to my nightmare.
I was in another world. I was in another universe. It's exactly where I needed to be, and it was an incredible experiment. Incredible exercise.
Discover who the Joker was and what his process was. We were all like, oh my God, this is freaking genius. I mean, what he was doing was genius.
We continued, my friend. I have a feeling.
To see the cast react to what Jared was doing in the way that they did, when they're all in a scene together, you can feel that energy. You can feel that terror that they feel about what he's going to do next, who he is, how crazy he is.
I could tell you.
Day 2 of shooting on production, it was just Jared and Margot shooting that day. And the entire crew, you just kind of look around and their jaws are on the floor because they're watching something so special and so unique.
You dirty pervert. Oh my God. You people. What are you looking at? Shut up!
It was like pure entertainment for the crew.
There we go. And action!
Get off me! What do we have here?
The Harley Joker stuff was so unpredictable. Like the squad stuff, we had done so much rehearsal and we needed to because it bonded us in a way that none of us ever expected would happen, obviously. But the Joker stuff, Jared and I didn't really do any rehearsals off screen.
Cut, I'm rehearsal. Cut, rehearsal.
It's really scary. And it was perfect because then we would get in front of the camera and I didn't know what was going to happen and he didn't know what was going to happen. And I don't think anyone really knew what was going to happen. And that's why those scenes were so electric because they were so unpredictable.
Okay, honey. It's me and you.
Let's do it. I do.
Oh, God, you're so good.
When you're acting with Joker, like, I didn't see any of Jared, not for a second. It was Joker, and he's nuts. But whatever the result was, it meant that we got these great moments on screen.
My heart scares you and a gun doesn't?
Do it!
I think the Joker will live forever. I think that he's in some ways the perfect villain. He has stood the test of time, and there will always be a Joker. You may not think so, but he's there, waiting to chew your bloody face off.